Hey, guys, this review has been a few days in the making, quite belated. I planned to deliver it, I think it was not yesterday, the day before, but for those who do reside in Australia, I think it was national news. It's a great big Category 5 cyclone that swept through central Queensland, where I live. I live in a place called Gladstone. I think Gladstone was largely missed. The cyclone bypassed Gladstone. For those that don't know what a cyclone is, I think in the States you would refer to these as hurricanes, and you probably know what a hurricane is. I think that one devastated New Orleans a couple of years ago. Well, this was a Category 5 one, so very, very powerful. Probably, I don't think it would have been anywhere near as big as the one New Orleans, but Category 5 is the biggest one you can get, the strongest type of cyclone, hurricane you can get. So anyway, the reason I'm saying that is because there's a plane going over where I am. Let's wait for the plane to go. This house is in the plane. The plane, airplane passed, so it's annoying sometimes. Anyway, the reason I'm saying this is because the reason why this interview is a belated interview. Anyway, so the show that I'll be analysing and critiquing is the DDT show in Saitama. Yeah, very amazing show, absolutely incredible, really. It's a great follow-up to the Sweet Dreams show that I reviewed a week ago or so. Really good stuff. Undercard was great, heaps of fun. So I'll get straight onto it, and as I go I'll talk about some of my thoughts on the undercard and the ideas that DDT are doing. So I'm not sure the order that I'm reviewing these, it could be wrong. I think different websites, Puro Love and Cage Match, had the match orders different, so I'm not sure which one is right. And there's two matches I didn't watch. I didn't watch the Dark title match, and I didn't watch I think it's the Iron Man Royal Battle Royale or something. I think Aja Kong, I'm not sure if she won or she's the champ or something, but anyway, she's involved. I think she's the face of that. She was the face of that match. I didn't see that match either, so I don't get to tag any snowflakes to those ones. Alright, but anyway, I'm going to go into it. So first match that I watched was the Akebono and Yoshihiko match. So in the Akebono team, at Akebono, Toru, Owashi and Kazuki Hirata. And for the Yoshihiko one, they had him, the blow-up doll, Great Kojika, and the ever charismatic Antonio Honda. So if you didn't know, Yoshihiko is actually a blow-up doll, and he's been around. This doll, he or she's been around for a number of years, and I think he or she has held titles before as well, so it's very strange but funny. But I'm mildly curious as well. It's DDT, this is what they do. I haven't seen Akebono in a while. I tend to skip his matches on the All Japan cards, but he's pretty over in All Japan. All Japan's quite lucky that they've built up him and guys like Joe Doring with their absence of outside dudes in their shows. So anyway, I don't know the build up to this match. If there was one, there probably was, I'm not sure. And Hirata is the dude with the music sunglasses, and they play the Magnum Tokyo song, and they played that spot routine in this one. Not to the same extent that they did at Sweet Dreams. I like the way they used the sunglasses at Sweet Dreams better. Yeah, this is a good match, funny. Honda was the star of the program. In most of the matches that he's in, he's the one that gets over, because he's very charismatic and does some really funny stuff. And the little dude can actually wrestle as well, and he showed that. He exhibited that in this match at points. So I give this one 2.5 stars. It was good. Alright, next up we have the Extreme title. Has Akito taking on X, who was it's Sharu someone, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he wrestled for the Strong Big Japan title midway last year, I think. He took on Shinya Ishikawa. I can't remember his name. It starts with S anyway. Anyway, he was X, and this was a fantastic one. This was good, very innovative. I love the finish. The finish elaborated on the finish for this title match with Akito at Sweet Dreams, and they used the ropes. I think this was a big gimmick match, because I think every 90 seconds they changed the rules of the match, and it was really cool. They used that gimmick really well, I think, these dudes, and the finish was just fantastic. I gave this 3.5 stars because it continued on with the storyline from the previous match, and that also influenced the rating that I've given the match. I liked it. I like how they did that. How they elaborated on the finish from Sweet Dreams. Next up, at the 6-man title match, Brahman's gorgeous Matsuno taking on KUDO, Sakaguchi, and Takanashi. This was probably the poorest match on the card. Brahmans did their routine, blah blah blah. Matsuno was funny, and he really slow, old, doing his things, blah blah blah. I gave this 2.25. It still was fine, but it wasn't that good. Next up, we had the Super TLC match. There was 10 tables, 3 ladders, 100 chairs, and you had a bunch of teams. I'll go through them. We had Sanshiro, Takagi, and Jun Kasai taking on Shigehiro, Ishii, and Keisuke Ishii taking on Daisuke, Sasaki, Suguru, Miyatake taking on MIKAMI, and Shuji Ishikawa. So this was a spot fest, basically. It was a follow-up to the match of Sweet Dreams. Sasaki went through a table again on the outside. Saying that, the match was still fun. I liked it because it was a spot fest, and it didn't attempt to take itself seriously. I mean, often you see spot fests in the States, and they try to get themselves over, and they take it really seriously. All these big spots, no psychology. But the good thing about this match, it didn't take itself seriously, and it wasn't supposed to be serious. Some of the spots even had some decent build-up, so that's a bit different too. Overall, it was good, and it fit into the overall context of the show nicely. I gave this one 3 stars. Right, next up, you had Denshoku Dino, I think they pronounced it. He's the gay gimmick dude, and he took on Michael Nakazawa. I wasn't sure what to make of this match. It was funny in parts. The video that I was watching, it actually cut out at the 11-minute mark. I'm not sure. It might have been on purpose, because when the match came back, on, it was just after the finish, so it might have been some weird thing they did. It's hard to review some of these matches, these humorous ones, because I mean, however you critique it, you're going to critique it on a different criteria in comparison to like a normal pro wrestling match. It was definitely funny, and there were points to the match when I genuinely laughed out loud. I think it probably helped understand what they were saying in these matches, because they had the mic at times. There was some actual wrestling here, but it was decent. Dino's punches looked like really good, like really legitimate. So that was good too. There was this one funny spot where they take their G-string and they punch each other, and they keep going and they keep going. They kept taking the G-string off, taking turns, and eventually it got to the point where they didn't have any G-strings left, and Nakazawa was going to take it off, and the ref stopped him, and that was good. And Dino's also very over. He's super over in this company. So it's 2.5 stars for that one. And next up, we had Super Session Dengo Machine and Kazushi Sakuraba. Was obviously looking forward to this one. Machine's very funny. All his matches are usually pretty good. At Sweet Dreams, he played Sasendenga, plays PowerPoint. Here he plays PowerPoint again. I've got no idea what they're saying. What he's saying, I'm not sure. But it seemed funny. The crowd liked it. The production values in the show were really good, really terrific. And this PowerPoint went for ages, like 6-7 minutes. Sakuraba came out wearing a mask. So basically, this was a comedy thing. The storyline was that Machine was trying to beat him using all these tricks, like he used banana peel that he slipped over. He used some like hypnotism type thing over the top, and he tried to hypnotize him, and he couldn't beat him that way. And eventually, Machine lost. I think if I understood the tongue here, I'd probably know it, probably enjoy it more. But I gave this one 2 stars. Thinking back, I probably have to give it more because I remember it was pretty good. It was pretty funny. It was pretty good. I'll just keep it like that. I'll just keep it 2 stars. All right, so we're onto the main events now, the semi-final and the final. But before we get into them, I just wanted to say that I think one of the things that I enjoy about DDT, and particularly this show, is that I mean the undercard was good, and it was especially good because I mean each match seemed to mean something. You know, each of the wrestlers, they had something. They were doing something, and it was good. And I think promotion like New Japan could certainly take some pointers here, because I mean, promotion like New Japan, like I watched the New Beginning shows recently, and the undercard was so underwhelming because I mean there was like at Sendai there was like at least 4 or 5 matches where the matches didn't mean anything. It was just these random multi-man tag matches, and they were boring because they didn't mean anything. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that they need gimmicks or stipulation or anything like that. They just need to mean something, like some kind of feud, or you know, whether a contender match. Maybe it could be like it's 3-on-3, and the guy that gets the pin gets the title shot or something. But they just didn't mean anything. Whereas a show like this, everything means something. I mean, provided like they're all pretty like gimmick matches, but at least they mean something. And you know, I like that. I mean, you had your spot fest, you had your comedy, you had like a legitimate match as well, and then you know it gets to the main events, and that's when your serious stuff starts. And saying that the serious stuff is just as good, if not better, than at the New Japan shows. You know, for this one, I think there is. I mean, I've given the main event 4.5 stars. More, that's more stars that I gave Ibushi. Ibushi was it Ishii and Honda, the one that Meltzer gave 5 stars. I think this match is better than that one. Alright, anyway, so let's get on to it. So we had the tag team title match between Tetsuya Endo, Konosuke Takashita taking on Daisuke and Yuji Okabayashi. Incredible match. Lots of terrific segments. The climax was a little underwhelming. I thought they should have done more to it. I think the main reason why it was underwhelming was because I mean you had Sekimoto and Takashita, and they were shifting gears, and it looked like they were going to bring it home. But then in the end, Okabayashi ends up pinning Endo with his splash at the top rope, and I thought that was a bit underwhelming. And I think the reason they've done that is because I think that Sekimoto and Okabayashi are going to give these two a rematch. I mean, obviously they will give them a rematch at some stage. I think they're going to give them a rematch pretty soon, and they're going to get Sekimoto and Takashita to do the finish then. It's going to be even better, like it might be 4 3/4 star match or something. All the selling was good. The fighting spirit parts made pretty much complete sense, I think. Yep. But yeah, just needed a better finish here. The beginning was good. Takashita's an incredible worker. He's such a strong dude. Like he's a tall dude. He's not massive, but he's tall, and he's got a fantastic look. He reminds me of a taller version of Yoshino from Dragon Gate. Anyway, so I gave that one 4 1/4 stars. If you haven't seen this show, even if you just watched these 2 matches, then Alright, now on to the main event. Ibushi Harashima for the DDT main title. There's a few issues, but this was incredible. I think they should have not done the spot on the stage. That's probably taken 1/4 star off. And they probably should have worked the abdomen work that Harashima gave Ibushi into the finish. But apart from that, the finish was still fantastic. Great climax. 4.5 stars for this one. Don't care what anyone says. This match was good. I mean, it was great. 4.5 stars. So, that's it. They are my thoughts on the DDT Saitama show. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. Alright, if you're still listening, there's a few things. I've started compiling the best matches of 2015 so far. I have 11 matches on the list. There will be more. I think there's still a few more shows that I have to watch that I haven't seen. I want to watch the Big Japan show with Shuji Ishikawa, and who did he take on? Okabayashi. Okabayashi. I think they fought for the strong Big Japan title. I haven't seen that show, but when I do, I'd imagine that main event will be on there somewhere. There's a few All Japan shows I'm yet to watch. The Excite series, the junior round robin. I haven't seen any of those matches, and there's a couple of tag matches on those All Japan shows that I'd imagine would probably get up there as well. I also haven't seen Masato Tanaka and Kuhi Sato from 0-1 for the 0-1 title. I haven't seen that yet. That might get up there too. Anyway, so that's that. There's 11 matches on the list. I'm not going to go through them all just yet. Maybe when I get to like 50, I'll put it up. One more thing I wanted to say is that I'm doing a little project thing where I'm going to be watching, or try and watch pretty well, all the strong Big Japan matches from last year in Big Japan Pro Wrestling. It's probably my favourite scene at the moment in pro wrestling. I'm going to start from the first show, which was on the 2nd of January 2014, and I watched the 2 matches, and these matches are absolutely incredible. Kazuki Hashimoto is incredible. Shinya Ishikawa is incredible. Man, these matches are not far from 5 stars in my opinion. They're not far. I mean, at least, which one was it? I can't remember what matches they were. I'll just find them. Let's get a cage match. Yeah. So I'll just show you these 2 matches that I watched. Oh, one was Kazuki Hashimoto and Koji Kanemoto, and apparently the rematch is better. I mean, I don't know how you can get much better than this match. So there was that one. Here we go. 2nd of the 1st. Koji Kanemoto, Kazuki Hashimoto. On cage match, it actually was 6.89. So, and then there was a tag match between Shuji Ishikawa, Yuji Okabayashi taking on Ryuichi Kawakami and Shinya Ishikawa. This was incredible, man. I reckon, in my opinion, this is pretty well close to a 5-star match. Yep, definitely. It was just incredible, and it was the semi-final of this event, just Big Japan Pro Wrestling. The show drew 1,400, and it was aired on the 16th of the 1st. Samurai TV. Just incredible. Such good stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go through all these Big Japan, strong Big Japan matches, and compile some kind of list with maybe links to the matches from Daily Motion. Alright, so that's it. Haven't got much else to say. That's my review on DDT Saitama. Awesome. See you guys next time.